Hello, and I thought I'd give an update. It's been a while since I gave a job training update. I've decided to put a stop to that, though I do not know if that's officially been put a stop on because I was emailed back as to like how that was going, researching the schools for training, like job training, right? And the thing is that I'll be going to school, so me going back to school, I've just decided to focus on getting ready for that. And I thought I'd give you guys an update because I did a number one, I did number two, and now the third and final one, hopefully, is, well, I won't be doing it anymore. Because my hopes are with the temporary job that I have, which I cannot say what it is due to privacy reasons, with who I work for. I can only say that it's a temporary job that I have. Hopefully, continuing with that job, even though it is not as frequent right now, but I still have it. So I'm glad that I have it, and I'm glad that that job allowed me to be able to pay the the amount that I have to pay for school. And so I'll be doing that in the next few months. But it was really hard looking for school. Like the database was a lot of schools there, and it was really hard because of the distance. I don't I don't have a lot of options to choose from myself because I know that I have to go to something that I know how to do a little bit at least. Like I went into I try to go and find things that were into my strengths. My strengths is like being artistic, social, I'm enthusiastic, I'm creative. I don't really follow a set of rules. Like a job's a job, but for me it has to be fun, has to be light. Not like that the work and job is light, but what I mean is like the environment, the mood, and just everything is light. Like even the customers feel relaxed, you know? And the job that I left, well, I've had time to reflect back, and I do not want to wish that even on my enemy, what I went through in my old job. I'm not saying that the job was bad, it's just that you can't see it quite well. I don't think you can. But I went to the pool recently, and I'm gonna put my hand on it, but I'm gonna put my finger on it, but where my finger is, oh, there we go. I have a chlorine burn and it practically burned and peeled off my skin because my old job I was using the cleaning supplies, and I had a reaction to my skin. I went to the doctors. I went to my mom's doctors, and it turns out that I'm allergic. It's not that my skin's having a bad reaction to it. It's that due to the exposure and not wearing gloves, I ended up becoming allergic to it. And another coworker of mine had the same reaction as me, and I said that's what happened to my hands at first. My hands got dry, and my manager was gone, but after some time they came back and they're like, you wipe and then you rinse off your hands, and I'm just like, that's not gonna work for me. That's what I've done in the past. Like, she thought I wasn't rinsing my hands off, but I was washing my hands, soap and water. She told me to rinse. That's another thing. They told me not to use soap. They're like, use hot water. They're just like, just use the hot water. That's it. Like, I remember the first location that I was in. It was two locations. It was two different places, and I was told to use hot water. And I'm just like, we serve food to people, make drinks, soap and water, and use paper towels. But they didn't want to use paper towels so that they did not run out of paper towels. And so all of that led to my hands now getting burns from chlorine. So, excuse me, for a while I cannot go in the pool. And just recently I went to my aunt's house for the pool. It was, I think, a month ago, and I literally found out that my skin is not up to par yet for the water. was bleeding. And every once in a while, my knuckle opens up because of stuff like the chlorine in the pool or something like splashing onto my hand, and it just spottedly peels off a little bit. My skin's gotten better, but if you look at my old video of me playing violin, like a little violin jam, in the description I put a little bit of the story of my hands, but you can literally see like that my skin was like a spot on my skin. It was this hand, and it was like an oval right here, and it was up, so it was puffy. It was puffed up, and in the description I literally pointed out how my hand looks. So that's a little bit of a visual, and I'm gonna put it in the description of this video. That's a little bit of a visual, and that's one thing I don't want to go back to. I mean, it's chemicals. It's cleaning, like sanitization, but that's chemicals. And I was never taught how to properly set up the tubs. Like, I was never told. I just saw that it was a mess, and I just cleaned it up. And customers made comments as to how dirty it was, and I literally said I cannot clean it. I've tried to clean it, but it's not that busy. But when it starts to get busy, I try to go in and clean up quickly, like the outside, but I'm stopped. Like, customer had time to chat. It wasn't as busy. It was not as busy at the time. And the thing is that I had a mask on. And I never really said anything because I don't think I was able to. But there were a few customers that were just like, I want her to make my drink. They pointed to me because I had the mask on, and they let me make the drink, whatever. And like at times, someone else did it, and they literally said, no, give me a refund. I'm not taking this. And so I had to make it, and they poured it out, and I'm gonna save this other part of the cups for when I tell you stories about my job. Alright. The reason why I'm gonna save it for later is because it's gonna be very interesting. The whole from beginning to start when I was working, it's gonna be very, very fun to listen. And I'm gonna save that second part of the cups for later. I do miss a few coworkers. But the fact that someone at home needed me, they were coming back, is what made me push myself to try to progress in the job training program, to try and figure out and literally put myself out there again, differently though. And it worked. It literally worked. I'm just like, instead of applying to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, different jobs, why don't I just literally socialize with my family a bit more instead of having to be like, oh, I gotta go upstairs because I gotta look up like, I don't even know, but like once I got upstairs I remember, and I'm just like, it literally fried my head because it's been years. Like, when I say years, it's been years. Like, it shouldn't take this long for me to finally get myself into a job. But of course I had to leave, like I asked for a month. No. So that's why job training thing came up. So that's an end, but that's an unofficial end to the job training. Because I'll be studying in a few months. So to summarize, the job training, that's off because I'll be going to school in a few months. And as of right now, going to school in a few months. And right now it's a standstill. I have that temporary job, which I'm very happy to have. It's not really a job, and privacy, of course. As of right now, I'm taking my time because I found out that I don't have a lot of nutrients for my bones. So my bones have been burning. They've been inflamed. They've been shaven down like shaving ice. And I went 3 days without taking my brother calls it medicine, because yeah, it's like medicine. Let me tell you, the moment the moment I stood up today, like 2 hours ago, I felt a lot of pain up my leg because I've been moving. I've just been going, and I looked at my like on my phone. Like I have to be on my phone in work to do tasks, and my steps are documented there. And I look back, and I'm just like, that is not okay. What I was doing was not okay. Like they had 2 to 1 people there, and that's literally been my motivation. There is something better, and that work environment can be improved. That was think of it. I'm really someone who looks at something, I'm like, that can be fixed. Like that needs to be fixed. And I literally write in my notebook how it can be fixed. But I'm not able to do it because I don't have enough money. I don't have the resources. I'm not like genuine. I'm not a what's it called? You know, wealthy. I'm gonna call it wealthy. That's literally where I'm going for, like what I'm going for next. So I'm gonna call it literally just planning. But I'm not gonna give you my hard gold ideas. I'm going to give you like, you know, what I see in grocery stores, what I see in retail stores and all stuff. I'm not gonna give you the ones that I'm gonna do myself. But I am going to give you an idea as to how I would run a business, but I'm not gonna give you the ones, like the stuff that I'm planning to do myself. So that'll be next. I also put that I'll be doing that on the channel description. So it's gonna be fun. Upcoming. And this is part number 3, the end. And I'll update with an official response from the person in charge of that job training stuff. And that wraps it up. So, have a good day. Peace. I did both, because in 2 different countries it means 2 different things. So, both. Have a good day.